So today we're going to be going through some insane FC26 players that you're going to want to keep an eye out on, especially at the start, for good reason. Let me show you. So what we have right here is every player on the game that has received a Playstyle Plus. So if you can get your hands on these cards early doors, you've got a massive advantage. But Acrobatic is a stinky old playstyle that no one really wants, but FC26, it might prove to be pretty good. But I've just seen Sam Kerr, massive downgrade to her pace. So whereas you would spend 100,000 coins and have a phenomenal attacker, well, she doesn't even have Finesse Shot Plus. Brand new playstyle to FC26, Aerial Fortress, and Cannavaro, brilliant. I love the fact that he's received this, just because, of course, he's a little bit smaller, and it allows him to be competing against the bigger type of strikers, and I think that's what's going to take over FC26, especially Ibrahimovic, and he may have made this list as well today. But Cannavaro, brilliant. Lucio as well, mad. I'd like to see Lucio return into that meta because FC25, we didn't really see him too much. So as we know, when you have Anticipate Plus, it does make a player feel that much better. But with the changes they've made to FC26, I feel like those without it are still going to make some good tackles. At least that's how it felt on the beta, but we'll soon find out. But some of these cards popping up here, we've got the tried and tested Rio Ferdinand. Well, I haven't tested him yet, but he's always just that good. Even Ledley King at the start will be really, really nice. But you can't be using like Ginter, Renard, like these cards are useless. Saliba does look very good and he's going to be super expensive. Blanc, reliable. Jonathan Taz, a shame that he's a little bit too small, too slow, sorry. And more likewise with him. I'm always sitting on the fence with Block Plus. Like, I don't know if you necessarily need it. But again, it's a new game and it might just make the players feel 10 times better. I do remember a few years back, Ronald Araujo, like, wow, he was nuts and he had Block Plus. But Vieira, he's really just the standout. The rest of them, I mean, I don't want to be too harsh. Obviously, Desai as well, but like, yeah, the rest of them, even with the Block Plus, are you going to want to use that in your team? Now, some of these cards with Bruiser Plus are looking brilliant. Chiellini. Now, that is basically going to be the informed Gabriel for me that we were using at the start of FC25. Like, just so dominant. And 78 pace with like 92 defending, 89 physical. Just let me get him from the pre-order bonus on the RTG, please. I love that. You know, someone else that is really popping out here, Pacho. Bruiser now with the 80 pace, really good physicals. Griezmann's taken a big cut like to his rating and just in general like downgrade to his pace. But he looks kind of OP, and then if you play him cam and he'll have base incisive most likely, he might be one to pick up and be a little bit more affordable. So I like the look of him. But Rudy, like, he's about 500k usually now. When it comes to Deadball Plus, I am lost for words as to how EA didn't give it to Declan Rice. And when you look at his rating, I think he comes in at like 86 or 87, which is pretty low for someone that is that important for the Arsenal team. And the set pieces, of course, that's why Deadball. I'm just very confused. But the cards available here, Smith is always a very good option. Even Ronald Koeman with that 76 pace looks, yeah, pretty decent. Another brand new Playstyle Plus, Enforcer. Now, this is going to be really effective if used properly. It's the one where you shield the play and, you know, you can feel even more physical. So if they've given it to Ruud Gullit, we've got a problem. And Didier Drogba as well, it might make him really meta early on. P9 Prinz, God, I love her. She's always really effective. I'll probably, yeah, pick her up like early on. I want to say that Finesse Shot Plus is going to be even more important to have on FC26 because of the lack of timing. And it just makes you feel like you haven't put enough power on it, or if you don't hit it right, it's probably not going to go in as well. So that's why some of these cards are just looking beautiful. So Zico, it's nice that he's been given now Finesse Shot, so that adds a little bit more extra to his card. Morgan Icon, brand new to FC26. Shrillin's received it. I don't know what her playstyle was originally, but she has been given that. Del Piero, always looking beautiful there. Kenny Dalglish, Kane. Di Natale, I didn't buy him at all on FC25. My first year. That is, I'm a traitor. I'm so sorry. I'm a snake. I'm Alexander Isak. He's been given Finesse. Like, trust it. You know, the guy that wants to go on strike and he's been given a card as good as that. So I wouldn't say First Touch Plus is a useless playstyle, but I'd rather have it as an additional one. So Finesse Shot, First Touch, Low Driven First Touch. But what we have here are some insane cards. Pedri, though, 89 rated. I would like to see maybe Tiki Taka on him or Incisive, but his stats look really average for an 89, I can't lie. But Marcelo, what a player if you could get him. Now that's who should receive First Touch, absolutely. There's one card here that is looking so broken, but Game Changer, brand new playstyle yet again, and Charisma, Travala King. I think he's going to be really good. And as it is his first version, I think as the game goes on, they increase that pace and just make him like super, super nice. But Embuemo is the guy. Look at that for an 85 rated, 88 pace, 84 dribbling, 84 shot. That is a typical OP card. Not a starter, because he's going to be pretty expensive. Maybe like 60k, 70. But striker, right mid, right wing, he looks stupid. De Mornay, beast. Martinez, I don't know what they've done to him. The Incisive Plus playstyle did take over FC25. And we can see some insane players here. Iniesta, brand new. I know his shot's a little bit low, and eventually I'd like to see a version that allows him to play cam as well as centre mid. I know he can play those roles, but just I want more consistency behind the shot. But yeah, he looks really good. We've got Florian Wirtz there that's going to be mega money, and you can play him striker as well as centre mid. And he has incisive. Yeah, he's going to be too expensive. Kessler, Rui Costa, I mean, Yaya Toure. Yeah, I think his base card on FC25 had that play style. Hamsik, the days of the long shots. Oh my God, that was the meta. And Hamsik was one of the best players to do it with. Intercept Plus was a play style that I was loving towards the end of FC25, just because it was AI driven. And, you know, if you're there, you've got more chance of intercepting the ball. But Ramirez is always a really nice player to have early doors, just with that speed and his recovery. Virgil, you just know is going to be broken, which is a shame. I'd love for them to like really tamper with his cards and allow other players to come in and take over. I hate the fact that Virgil is always like so good. So the inventive playstyle allows you to perform the Travala passes. And do you remember that game last season with Palmer? Put through a nasty ball against us. It was actually genuinely insane. Didn't result in a goal though, or did it? Can't remember. But Palmer, I did try him on the beta and he's super smooth. He's really good. It was like an informed card of his. And yeah, I really did enjoy him. We've got Riziki. I don't know if you're going to care to use that. When it comes to Jockey Plus, I'm a massive fan, especially once we've received so many promos. I really do look for it on fullbacks especially. And Thuram, with the centre back role as well as right back, he might be just so broken. Got Koundé that don't really like using too much. Ashley Cole is a pretty good option. Alex Scott, really do rate her, even though she's a bit small. So the question is, will Long Ball Plus be as effective? I hope not, but still keep an eye out on some of these cards. But I've got no problems with EA giving it to Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, Schweinsteiger, Pirlo. Like, these guys are pingers. Like, they are crazy with the ball. So with Patry, though, 89 rated, she's gone up. If I'm not mistaken, she's going to be a little bit more expensive. And yeah, you might not be seeing her in too many people's teams. So not a cheap buy. Edison looks good for your starter builds. If you've got like 20k, 15, 20k. Tony Pulis would be licking his lips. Long throw plus. Look at all these bronze bums. Yeah, well, they play Brexit ball, so that would be expected. But long throw, anyone really want it? I don't think so. We've got some changes. Low driven plus, Mia Hamm. So she's gone from power shot to low driven. And then Erling Haaland. There was a leak earlier that had him as a chip shot plus expert. And I said, like, I don't feel like that's necessary, or like I would give it to him. Low driven. That's just going to make him 10 times better. Even Stoichi as well is going to be brilliant. Melito, that might make him a bit more sought after. Claudia Pinner coming in with low driven. We just need to give her a bit more pace. Once you start going pings, you can't really go back to your original setup because it is so effective. And the Ping Pass Plus, McAllister, I don't know how his card is that bad. Like, are EA genuinely watching football? How is McAllister, after all these years, 87 rated? He should be like 88, 89 minimum with better stats, to be honest. But we've got Matuidi that's going to be brilliant. We've got Tillemans, no one really wants to use. Manuel Neuer, didn't get any promos for some reason, Neuer. And then Stanway is like good option. Even that Cuthbert, I do remember using her in the draft. She was pretty nice. Power Shot Plus. Is it going to be as good? Maybe. Early doors, similar to FC25. If they've given it to Ibra, that tells me that it's going to be viable because they're not going to drop him on the game and make him useless. Even with 84 pace, he's going to have that lengthy run, so physical. Yeah, he's going to be naughty. And then Bobby Charlton is always dangerous because he's so nimble to get like the angle and then get the power shot off. Mad. Totti. Cam, striker, and 4-star 5. That's very good. So when it comes to the precision header playstyle, I really do hope that it just makes it feel super like automatic and override that manual feel so you can just easily score headers. And that will allow like Shearer to be really dominant from corners or even just crossing it in. I feel like the style of, you know, whipping the ball into the box should work, but maybe not to that degree where everyone can score them. But Alan Shearer might be super dominant. Press Proven up next. And we have Sega. Who is that? Sega Mega Drive. I don't know who that is, but she's got really good stats to be fair. And press proven is different to enforcer. So with Marquisio, he might be really good broken. We've got Julian Alvarez as well. That's a nice boost to him. He's going to be so OP. Like, look at that card. 85 pace. Yeah, that's fair. But like shooting, dribbling, nice. Good stats. Smoderick, always pretty broken. I'd love to have seen low driven though on Smoderick. And Grealish, he's playing so well for Everton. Like, really has, like, found his form again. I'm happy for him. So they're going to be making an official return. Dumbia and Ababa receiving Quickstep Plus. We saw them towards the end of FC25. And those two look like absolute demons. And the pair of them can play at striker. But you already know this playstyle is going to be, like, stupid good. Vinny receiving it, 89 rated. You got Eto that's always, like, insane. If you can get yourself, like, R9, it's over. Chabam Kun coming in with Quickstep as well. He actually doesn't look half bad for a brand new icon, and I believe that's right wing as well. You can play him. When it comes to the Rapid Plus playstyle, this is like a Messi Ronaldo debate. No one really knows like 100%. I've gone through phases of enjoying the Quickstep, but I think Rapids has been the best. I feel like I have played the best with Rapids, yeah. Once you get that boost off and you just continue running, it is naughty, especially with controlled players. But Rafinha, that's a big upgrade and a fully deserved one as well. Yeah, he looks naughty. We've got Eusebio with the Rapids. Ousmane Dembele, like, what have they even done to this guy? He's going to be like 1.5 million, maybe even more. I think the Relentless Plus playstyle this year is going to be even more effective because once you've controlled a player, it doesn't deplete into their stamina anyway. It just affects the players off the ball. So imagine you like not eating into the stamina anyway because you've got Relentless Plus and then switching in and having that crazy pressing game. It's going to be top tier. But check out Hakimi. What an upgrade. 89 rated. I must admit, like, his stats are a bit average for an 89, but still, like, crazy money if you can pack him. Barella should be given a bit more of a boost, in my opinion. Gallardo looks insane with 89 pace as well. Petit looks like a bit average, but hey, why not bring him in? And then Zambrotta, yeah, if I can get him day one, it'd be insane. We've got some lovely Italians this year to try, but Sly Tackle, Maldini, Baresi, Nesta, De Rossi, like, fair play. I hope that it is a play style that makes sense. And, you know, when you're going for a slide tackle, it doesn't just give away a pen anyway. But De Rossi is my absolute guy this year. I really want to get him early, have him in that CDM position. And I think his stats look great. Obviously, you know, passing play style or defensive one that's intercept, anticipate would have probably been better. But I really like the look of his base stats. That's absolutely fine. Hincapié has gone to Arsenal, I believe. That's all been confirmed. So he's going to be like really expensive for like a starter player. Caicedo's been given a big boost there. So yeah, some insane cards. But I want De Rossi. I do like myself some technical plus gameplay before they patch it. But Lamine Yamal, 89 rated. The upgrade was coming. It was expected. But only 81 shot. I think that's a bit of a shame. Obviously, they don't want to go too crazy. They want to leave room for an upgrade. But it doesn't really make sense in my opinion. But Hazard with technical, Ribery, go on. Vitinha will be a good player to pick up for sure. Alan St. Maxima as well in there. Brolin, I mean, yeah, usually pretty nice. But Zeriberto was like my guy this year, or FC25. He was just one of the best to use. You can already picture it right now. The most overused CDM pairing, De Jong and Reinders. Both tiki-taka. And especially with the increase to the passing speed and the responsiveness, you're going to be easily able to hold possession against your opponents, do what you want. And not only do they have, well, Tiki-Taka Plus, they're going to have other play styles as well in the passing like department. So they're going to be incredible. And great balance as well to their defensive stats. Yeah, it's just really, really good pairing. If you're not someone that uses Trickster Plus, I would recommend getting it into your game. Maybe not using it all the time and being stupid with it, but there are plays where you might run out of ideas and you get that flick of the stick or click your stick in and get that flick with the player. It really does like beat an aggressive defender. And Ronaldinho, Graham, like they've all received it, of course. And we've got a new hero as well. Left mid. She might be pretty nice, can play a cam as well, so definitely keep an eye out for that one. Why do I have a feeling that Saka is going to be so broken with this playstyle plus? Like whip pass, because there aren't really any other alternatives. Like you're not obviously going to be using Mari as a left winger with 78 pace. So he is unique in a way. He's fast. He's got very good stats for the shooting, dribbling and whip pass plus, which should be like pretty broken. I'd like to think, especially with the new roles and like players actually crashing into the box and getting on the end of it. Ooh, when it comes to the goalkeepers, I will always take the 1v1 close down. I feel like it's really effective, especially if they break the line. Your goalkeeper usually does step up. But cross-claimer, David Raya, expected that he was going to receive that. Courtois or Black. These are just some very good goalkeepers, reliable goalkeepers that you can use. Maybe far reach is going to be really important again. Oliver Kahn, if we can get him from the pre-order, I don't mind that. I'd rather some Italians or Ibrahimovic. But when it comes to a goalkeeper, like getting a good quality one and an icon chemistry vibe, yeah, I'll take it. And Buffon, yeah, I don't mind him as well. My guy, Schmeichel, 1,000 plus games on FC25. This man was so broken. He felt like he had a crazy 1v1 close down, far reach, the lot. And he has the long throw that gets you on those counters. So Mike Mignan, instead of deflector, he's been given that long throw, which is good. Tim Howard might be pretty nice. But you can't go wrong with Schmeichel. So only 2 goalkeepers on the game at the start that have the footwork playstyle. So essentially saves with their feet. So not even on De Gea, but Casillas. That might make him proper broken. You never know. So like I said, this is what it's all about. Rush out in that 1v1 situation. It's what you want. And if they've given it to Van der Sar, Alisson, you already know, like, these are the goalkeepers you're going to want to bring in. But Cobble, I think he's a standout. With him being only 86 rated, probably cheap, and a phenomenal playstyle, I'll probably be bringing him in. But thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video has been like informative and it allows you to figure out which players you're going to want to bring in early on FC26. I do like them. I just love the fact that we've got so many Italians and good quality ones as well. But thank you. Like I say, thumbs up if you've enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here for more FC26 content. Bye-bye for now. Peace.